Hello everyone, welcome to ArtDroid 29 Productions. This is part 1 of What If Deku Was a Ghost Rider. Near the outskirts of Musutafu stood an auto shop, Midoriya Motors. Inside the shop was an old pickup truck with a smaller figure laying underneath it, fixing the pipes. Hizuku, I need some help here. The figure under the car slid out from underneath, revealing himself to be none other than Izuku Midoriya. The boy was barely even 14, and he already knew his way around the ins and outs of a vehicle. Can it wait a second? Working on something here, Midoriya said, wiping the oil off his face with a nearby rag. No, not really. Can't you get someone else to help out? Midoriya looked at one of his dad's employees, hoping they'd step in and help his father. No can do, little man. Besides, you heard the old man. He wants your help. Go ahead. I'll take over from here. Yeah. Thanks, man. Midoriya walked into his father's office, only to discover his father was nowhere to be seen. When he looked at the floor, he saw his dad's wheelchair and the man himself lying a couple feet away from it. I need a hand getting back in my chair. I got you. Midoriya began to lift his father up off the floor, helping him back into his wheelchair. Mind telling me what happened? It's nothing. Oh, really? Okay. I was reaching for a couple files on the shelf, and I might have slipped out of the chair. Look, you're making a bigger deal out of this than you should be. Hizashi was adjusting himself in his chair when he saw his son had a look of sorrow on his face. Talk to me, champ. What's on your mind? Are we going to be okay? We're getting less customers. I heard that Kanji quit, and a few of the others are planning to joining him. Plus, you're not exactly able to work that much yourself. Look, I said it before. We're gonna be fine. We're making more than enough to get by. That's the thing. We should be making more than that. I was thinking we should buy some billboard space and maybe... Look, Izuku, I get it. You want to help out, but you got more important things to focus on, like your education. I saw your last report card, and you're doing great. With enough studying, you could be the top of your class. UA's General Studies would love that, or the support course, depending on what you'd rather go for. I don't want to go to UA. I want to work here, help you out at the shop, take care of you. That's enough. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to a great school, get amazing grades, and then you're going to go to a great college, learn a good trade, and then you'll either get yourself a well-paying job or go to university and then get a job. Most importantly, you're going to get out of here, away from this shop and our apartment, and live a successful life with a nice house and hot water and no power cuts. There was a brief silence between the two before the father decided to change his subject. How's your bike coming along? Pretty good. Finally got it to start, just got to get it to actually work on the road. Want me to take a look at it? No, it's fine. Besides, I want this to be a solo project anyway. By the way, I found someone to buy these broken down parts. You're kidding. Somebody actually want to buy those things? Yeah, she said she has use for them to make something. She's probably one of those artists who think welding random junk together is considered fine arts. Hey now, what she does with them is her business. As long as she pays for the parts, there is no reason to complain, right? I guess? By the way, I fixed up that old Harley outside. Do you mind if I take it for a spin, make sure it works? Of course you can. Really? Yeah, just as long as you somehow turn 16, pull a license out of your ass, and then make money to cover any damages you cause totally. Go right ahead. Oh, come on. That will never not be funny. By the way, I got an appointment tonight, so I need you to lock up for me. I'm assuming by appointment you mean you're heading to the bar? You said it, not me. Heck, if you want, you can stay after hours and work on your bike, just as long as you do your homework. Oh, and maybe, depending on how things are this month, we can rent a billboard. You mean it? I said maybe. Now get your ass back to work. I don't pay you to sit on your ass. Well, the day went by like any other up till closing time. It was beginning to turn dark outside, and Midoriya made sure not a single person was nearby, especially his father. After doing so, the young mechanic made his way to the large storage room. In the center was a sheet covering a large object. Grabbing a part of the sheet, Midoriya pulled it off to reveal a green and black dirt back that looked almost good as new. I'm sorry, Dad. I have to do this. The boy grabbed a helmet he hid behind some boxes, started the bike, and drove it out of the garage. Despite its appearance, the bike's engine purred as if it were brand new, and it felt like a brand new bike when driving it. If Dad found out I fixed this thing months ago, and what I was using it for, he'd kill me. Midoriya drove the vehicle throughout the street, slowing down near heroes and cop cars, following all the rules of the road so that he wouldn't get pulled over before arriving at his destination. Underneath an overpass stood crowds of people waiting for an event to start. People on bikes and cars were lined up and ready to race. Before they could start, they were halted by the sound of a dirt bike fastly approaching them. Wait up! I'm here to race! Alright, where's your entrance fee? Can't race without paying. The young backer pulled out a small wad of cash containing at least 70,000 yen. Alright, park your ass in the lineup. Midoriya maneuvered his back so that it was aligned with the others. He had won a few races before for some small cash, but this was the one he could not afford to lose. The prize for winning was just over 2 million yen. With that kind of money, he could pay the water electricity bills and maybe even afford to get his dad a better wheelchair. Or better yet, maybe they could buy a decent place that was better than where they were currently living. Somewhere in a safe neighborhood, and wheelchair accessible. Alright, you all should know the rules, but I'll repeat them just to make sure yous and ain't a bunch of idiots. Out there is anyone's game. You can ram into your opponent's vehicles, but under no circumstances do you use quirks or weapons. If we find out you have, you'll be disqualified. The prize for winning is exactly 2,080,000 yen, along with whatever bets people may or may not have placed on you. Any questions? Good. If you ain't paid your bets, that's too bad. Alright, on your marks. Get set. Go! All of the racers began pushing the limits of their vehicles, except Midoriya, who was making sure not to do something that'll break his back. If these guys kept on going like they were now, they had bound to cause their engines to cease working. The announcer made sure he was out of earshot from the crowd before pulling out a walkie-talkie and pressing a button. Remember, no one finishes the race. You make it look like an accident. Make sure there are no witnesses, and for the love of God, don't get caught. The criminal looked towards one of his accomplices, nodding his head to give him the signal. Immediately after seeing this, they began to gather up all the money people had bet and stuff into a duffel bag. Meanwhile, Midoriya was nearing first place. He was behind but one person, and he was buying his time before charging into first place and winning the race. That time had finally come. He noticed his opponent getting cocky and started to slow down, giving Midoriya the chance to rev his engine and slide into first place. Yes! Woo! This is it! This is what I've been waiting for! Don't worry, Dad. I'm going to take care of us, just like I said I... Those were his last words before a truck rammed into the teen from out of nowhere, destroying his back and leaving him as nothing more than a mangled mess on a blood-smeared road. Unfortunately, this hadn't killed the boy, forcing him to experience a slow and painful death. No, Dad, I can't. I don't want to die. Not yet. The freckled teen's head were flooded with thoughts of what would happen to his father, having to mourn the loss of his son, ending up living alone, and eventually dying with no one by his side. Ah, shit! He's alive! What the hell do we do? Just finish him off! We gotta get out of here before the cops show up! Whilst the thugs were arguing, a figure appeared in front of Midoriya that the criminals couldn't seem to see. Oh my. Such a shame to have died so young. Then again, it's not like you were gonna accomplish anything. After all, the race was rigged. What? You really thought they'd simply give you that much cash? Oh no. They simply planned to stealing the money they made from the people betting their hard-earned cash. It's horrible, isn't it? Those with so much taking advantage of those with nothing. Those bastards! And now your papa's gonna be all alone. Doesn't that make you mad? Yes. Don't you want revenge? Yes. Don't you want to actually accomplish your goals for once in your pathetic life? Yes. I can help you do that. All I ask for in exchange is your soul. Do we have a deal? Your soul in exchange for power? Yeah, we have a deal. Then go forth, Izuku Midoriya. Seek revenge and punish those who have sinned and tormented the innocent. As my spirit of vengeance, go forth, my Ghost Rider. A large explosion of hellfire interrupted the two criminals who were arguing about what to do with Midoriya. A figure emerged from the flames. The only visible feature was its glowing eyes staring daggers at the criminals. What the hell is that thing? Who the hell cares? We gotta get out of here. They had attempted to flee towards their vehicle, only to have a smaller metal object crash into them, knocking them onto the ground. The previously destroyed dirtbag had somehow repaired itself. Flames had covered it, and once second-hand vehicle began to transform. The bodywork began to turn into a more sleek, silver, demonic version of its former self. What the fuck? That shit ain't right! The injured thug looked around and saw his accomplice was dead, his body covered in tire tracks and burn marks. Get away from me! I said get away from me, you sick son of a bitch! With ease, the criminal was lifted off the ground and forced to look his former victim head on. Look into my eyes! Your soul is stained by the blood of the innocent. Feel their pain. Now, this is where we're gonna leave the story right now. If you enjoy the episode, please feel free to like and share. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe so that you can keep up to date with future uploads. Thank you all and have a great day.